Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, wherever you all are. And welcome to Scalemodeling Live. And how is everybody? I'm pretty sure everyone's better than me right now, that's for certain. Anyway, so let me have a quick sip of my Coke here at 5 a.m. in the morning to help wake me up. Already had a cup of coffee. I need to mount my camera somewhere different because I'm looking at the screen and the chat. The camera seems to be a bit high, so I'm not really looking at you guys. So if I had the camera more down eye level on a tripod just on the side here, maybe that would be better. Might try that next week. Anyway, let's have a quick rundown through chat. Hello, Gary, Paul, Andy, Bob, Skullfish. Oh, there's heaps of you. How are you all? Let me start from the top, though. Lee's in from Enfield Road layout in the loft. Buddy, thanks, mate. Nice of you to call in. Loving your live streams, mate. Having a good laugh. Excellent. Your accent is so strong. I'll be honest, I have a bit of difficulty understanding, but I'm getting used to it. Fantastic, mate. Jeff, how are you, buddy? Welcome, mate. Let me just pop these up on screen so you can all feel good because you can see your chat on screen live. There we go. Jeff, how are you, buddy? Did you update your thumbnail? Looks different. Or maybe that's just me. I don't notice things till months later. But anyway, you're looking well in that thumbnail. Good on you, mate. How's the road rash? Well, we'll be taking a look at that a little later. The road rash is not pretty, but we'll see. Here's Chris, Rally Car Miniatures. How are you, buddy? Good evening to you. Glad you could make it. Yes, I'll be watching you guys on your live stream, not driving the truck for the next, for this week and maybe next week. So, yes, no work for me for a little while. Jeff saying hello to Lee. Who else we got? Go down here, go through the chat. There's Oz is in, that's me. Paul, good morning to you, Paul. How is it out there? It's dark out there. I haven't even checked the weather for today. It was pretty good the last couple of days, wasn't it? Nice and sunny. But, good morning to you. Paul Christopher, another Paul. How are you, buddy? Welcome, mate. Welcome. Who else we got going? Bob. Uh-oh, Bob's in. Bob's in. As Sue says. Look out, Bob's in. How are you, mate? Welcome. Welcome, mate. Who else we got? Howsy's there. Hello. G'day, mate. Welcome. Good of you to come along. Cheers. Welcome. Thank you very much. There's Sprue Surgeons models. How are you, mate? Welcome. Fantastic. Sluggo's there. Hello, Sluggo. Yes. The Wizard of Oz is here. Yes, the broken Wizard of Oz. Fantastic. Good on you, Sluggo. Tron's there. Hello, Tron. Hope I'm recovering. Yes, I'm recovering. Slowly recovering, but recovering. I've got a bit more movement. Movement's coming back inch by inch, a little bit less pain, but we'll see. Okay. Dominic, how are you, Dominic? Welcome, mate. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. How many we got? 20 in already. Oh, fantastic, guys. Andy's there. Hello, Andy. Welcome, mate. Welcome. Skullfish is in. Hello, buddy. Morning. Morning to you. Gary's there. Hello, mate. How are the war wounds? Yes, they're sore. I'm sore. But anyway, not as sore as I thought I would be. The soreness, yeah. We'll talk in. We'll get on to that. Who else we got? Anyone else I'm missing? Just going down the list. Paul's there. Hello, Paul, Plastic Monkey. How are you, buddy? Good evening to you. Welcome. And what's this? Skullfish, did you scrape your fanny? No, I knocked my funny bone and didn't laugh. Yes. Uh, and monkey nuts, is that what Sloggo's saying? Hey, fellow, monkey nuts to monkey. Talking about monkey, I got a gorilla over here. We'll talk about a gorilla soon, which I think Paul may have built this gorilla. But we'll get onto that. Gosh, how are we going? Down chat. Gosh, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. What else we got? Everyone's Paul saying hello to everybody. All good. We've caught up. Thank God. Good. That was quick. Certainly. Good. 22 watching. Thanks, guys. Don't forget the thumbs up. We like thumbs up. All right. So it's Friday. I'm here. I only worked one day this week. No, actually, I worked 2 days. Probably shouldn't have worked that second day. All right, so let's get into the gory details. All right. So what happened? Laura's in. Hello, Laura. Hello. I missed you. Oh, look, Paul jumped in with morning Laura before I could click on it. There we go. Hello. Welcome. Okay. So what happened? All right. So most of you know. For those who don't, I had a bit of a motorbike accident on the way to work on Tuesday morning. So it was 4:30 in the morning when I ride to work, and going through a little back street. No rain or anything like that. The weather was fine. It was just pretty cold. That's all. And what's that? Oh, it's 36 degrees. Nice. That's a nice temperature. That's a bit cooler, I think, from what you have had by a few degrees. What I've heard. Yeah, I'll just keep up with the chat as I'm talking about my story. So, yeah, riding to work. There's on this road there are 2 roundabouts, if that's what you call them where you're from, and it's a small narrow road. It's just a little side street. I take the back streets to work. It's literally 8 minutes on my bike to ride to work. Okay, so I'm going down the road. Speed limit's 50, and I'm doing about 30 or 40, not much at all, because I'm going through these roundabouts. There's not much street light. It's quite dark. Anyway, going down, and all of a sudden, Pussycat jumps in front of me. Hey, can you believe it? Pussycats. So, a lot of damage, but you're still whole. That's the most important thing. Yes, Dominic, it's true. That's true. The cat, I still see it perfectly in my mind when I saw this cat just for the split second. I know it stopped in front of me. All right. If I didn't do some evasive maneuver to avoid the cat, I would have hit it. All right. But to be fair, I did anyway, because it stopped, looked at me, black and white cat. I even remember the collar and a bell. All right. And within a fraction of a second, I've gone to avoid it. But unfortunately, there's some roadworks. Well, they're not roadworks going on. They should be fixing it. There's a drain in the road that's got water, and it occasionally leaks out and goes across the road. Very small trickle, about that wide. That's all, in a couple of little spider arms. Sorry for saying that word. Sue, welcome. So the water just trickles across the road. I'm aware of it because I've been riding down there for 2 years going to work. I know that road well. But unfortunately, where this cat ran out was right where that water trickles across. So when I've touched the brake and tried to turn, for those who ride motorbikes, you rarely use your rear brakes, always use the front. The front wheel's just gone, poof, down, and down went the bike. So I went down on the road, slid, and come to a stop, and wow, okay, got up, made sure everything was still there and nothing was where it shouldn't be. And then, unfortunately, while I was lying on the road, a car was coming down that was probably, I don't know, back behind me a fair way, but it's come along, and it went around to the other side of the road and just kept going. Great, isn't it? Yeah. So I've reached to turn, the bike was still running, so I've turned the ignition off, but when I did that, the headlight went off, and it's a real dark part of the road. So I've turned the ignition back on just to get the headlight on, as another 2 cars started coming down, so they could see the bike and me on the road. So I did that and watched these 2 cars, both of them, drive straight past me. Didn't even stop. Brilliant. Anyway, after that, I managed to pick up the bike. It wouldn't turn over when I tried to start it, so I pushed it. I was on a slight hill, so I clutch started it, and I headed off down the road, realizing that the right-hand footrest wasn't there anymore, so I'm sort of holding my leg up. My workplace is down the end of that road to the left, and then about 500 meters to the right, and then I'm at work. So I got to work. Once I got home, I got to work. That's where I go and pick up the truck, because I do deliveries. So the warehouse is all shut. No one's there. I let myself in through the gate, so there's no one there. I got into the light where the loading dock is, and then I took a look and go, okay. But I felt okay, but I think it was because of the adrenaline. And I know that I didn't knock my helmet, at least I don't think I did, knock my head on the road when I came off. So I figured, I'm okay. So first thing I did was text my boss saying I've had a motorcycle accident, and I feel okay, I'm doing deliveries. And then I just jumped in the truck and started doing my deliveries. On this particular day, I drive quite a fair distance. I do out in the western suburbs in the morning, then I head down the coast, inland a bit, do a delivery, a place called Mittagong, and then after that I head to Canberra, the capital, to our warehouse where I pick up more windscreens and do deliveries on the way back. So one of my deliveries was a guy who I delivered to his house, and he always rings me to ask me what time I'll be there, and I told him. He said he wouldn't be there, but I told him about the accident, and he said his wife would help me out with first aid kit and patch me up. I thought, good. So I went down there, and when I got to doing his delivery, his wife come out, patched me up, and really good, thank you, even though I'm pretty sure you don't watch this. And headed off to continue on. So I did my day after. It was probably a 14-hour day, 12-hour day, I think it was, 12 hours by the time I got back. When I got back to work, I said, right, I'm going to the doctor's. I went to the medical centre, mainly to get all this cleaned up. And at that stage, I was feeling a bit more sore, particularly my ribs up here, so it was quite sore. All my deliveries, everybody I went to helped me unload the truck, so that was great, no problems there. But yeah, I was sore. So I went to the medical centre, went in there, they washed all the gravel off my wounds, sprayed on this skin in a can, smells like WD-40, I'm glad I've never had that before, but sprayed that all over and said, yeah, you're good. I had to go get a tetanus shot, some antibiotics, and that's it. Limped home. Mind you, the bike started when I left work. I rode it back home, although it wasn't in the best condition. I had there was no footrest on the right hand side. The rear brake pedal was hanging off, so that's all broken. The indicator on the front was gone, completely ripped off, scraped all down the side. The fairings was split, but I managed to get it home, although the rear brake seemed to be jamming on, so I managed to link my foot underneath and hold the brake pedal in a position where it wasn't locking that rear back brake wheel, and I got it home. And of course, that's my Kawasaki 250 Ninja, which I just used to work and back. So I have my Suzuki V-Strom 1000, so I swapped and jumped onto that to go to the medical centre. Yeah, and did all that and then got back home. So all good. Hello, James. I've seen you popping in there. How are you, mate? Welcome. Welcome. And James Mower, you're there too. How are you, buddy? Welcome. Anybody else I missed? I don't think so. I got you, didn't I, Sue? Yes. Andy's there. I think I said hello. Yes, I did. G'day, g'day, g'day. Hugh's there. Hello, Hugh down there. Welcome, mate. Yeah, so that's the story of what happened. So let's have a look at a few things. For those who don't like, blood, probably best to turn away, but it's not that bad, all right? So my arm, which is feeling a bit better, we'll get over here a bit more, has a bit of a little bit swollen, and we've got a bit of road rash. A few cuts in there. Yeah. So tattoo. There we go. Not looking the best. That's not really sore. All right. It's not too bad. By the way, Gary wants to know what happened to the cat. I'm afraid the cat came off worse than me. So the cat passed away, I'm afraid. Yeah, when it stopped in front of the bike, that was a bad mistake. It should have kept running. Yeah, I won't go into detail, but the cat is no longer. I went past on the way back after the end of the day, and the cat's no longer there. So, I'm sure the owner and their little kids probably came out and took it away. Sorry. Yeah, pizza. Here we go. Yeah. I've never been a cat person, but look, as far as I'm concerned, how do you look? We'll get onto that. Animals should be kept inside at night if it's your pet. All right, like my boss said, you did a favour to the local wildlife, removing a predator. That's my boss, state manager, told me that. I told him, don't make me laugh, it hurts. So what does he do? He starts cracking jokes. Yes, I got an x-ray. We'll look. All right, now I'm going to show you my leg. So if you don't want to see this, you can turn away. It's not too bad. Here we go, a bit of leg. All right, here we go. This is the painful part, is this. Let me get rid of the current comment so we can see a bit better. There we go. There it is. No, not too bad. Oh, yes, it is. Look, there you go. So to give you an idea, that chunk out of my knee's actually almost twice the size of my left leg. And yeah. So I can't bend my leg too much without that really hurting. But it is getting better. But when I first get up in the morning, yeah, it's really not much fun. So that hurts. The hard part is the ribs. So when I went to the doctor, the doctor pressed on my chest here, which I won't do because it hurts, and said, does it hurt? And I said, well, a little bit. He said, right, we'll send you for x-rays. So this was I'd say about 4 in the afternoon. I'm at the doctor's. He said, if you can go up to the next suburb and get your x-rays done now if you want. I said, look, I'm going to get them done tomorrow morning because it's been a long day. I've been working. This happened at 4:30 in the morning. It's now 4:30 in the afternoon nearly. So he said, yeah. So he told me if I went up there at 8 o'clock in the morning, I wouldn't have to make an appointment and they'd do it straight away, which I did, and they did. And boom, by 8:30, I was on my way back to the doctor's with the x-ray. So ready for here's a shot of me naked. All right. So don't get too excited. There we go. Naked shot. Probably can't see it because it's an x-ray, but the ribs, they're all good. They're all in one piece. That's probably better. There we go. See? There's about half a dozen photographs in there, but the good news is there was no fractures. But I am sore in here, and I can't lift anything. Just sitting down, just standing up, I have to. Yeah, it hurts. So yeah, I'm off work for the rest of the week and probably into next week as well. So just to make sure, because my job involves driving a truck and lifting windscreens in and out. So, you know, yeah. So yeah. Who else has popped in? Anyone else I've missed? Sorry if I missed anybody. Oh, did you? Good on you. Yeah. With striptease music. There we go. Oh gosh. There you go. So things to learn from this. Wear motorcycle safety gear, okay? Because I got to say, I see a sprue surgeon. Hey, buddy, thanks for calling in. I see you just popping out now. Cheers, mate. Now, yes, that's right. Now you're inside out now. Yes, that's true. But you might have seen my x-rays when I dislocated my toe. Well, that was not as bad as this, I suppose. Between the ribs, Pete. What's this one? Gary. Hello, Gary. Probably bruised the intercostal between the ribs, Pete. Yeah, whatever that is. But yes, probably. Just all the connective tissues probably all bruised in there. So, yeah, it's all good. I survived. But, yeah, wear safety gear, okay? Because, you know, I used to ride my motorcycle gear, my jacket, pants, and boots to and from work every day, all right? But, like I said, it's 8 minutes to ride to work, and that's it. So you get lazy, you get slack, you know, and not only that, but a lot of the times when I go and pick up the truck, which could either be a truck or it could be a Hilux Ute, depending on the size of the deliveries and where I'm going. Back in the day, there were times where I barely had enough room to put my helmet and my bag in the passenger seat, let alone a motorcycle jacket, pants, and boots. And we're talking off-road stuff, because before I had the Ninja, I only had my Suzuki V-Strom. So I've got big, bulky jacket, thick pants, not leathers, and actual big boots. And then when I got the Ninja, well, you can't wear those boots on the Ninja, all right, because they're just too big. And everything else is just too bulky to be wearing. So basically, on this accident the other morning, I was wearing my work shirt, a work jumper, thick jumper, and then a woolen, and then a wind jacket over the top. But I only had tracksuit pants on. They didn't survive. They got ripped. I did that whole day working and doing deliveries with tracksuit pants with holes in them. So, hello, Andy P. Hello, welcome. What else? Yeah. So, yeah, wear your safety gear. If I'd have been wearing all that stuff, I wouldn't have had a scratch on me. I'm fairly confident of that. I would have still had the sore ribs for sure. I'm not sure how I did that under there. I think because I came down on my right-hand side and slid. I think just my arm under there was what did that. I also noticed there was red paint on my shoe that came off the bike because my bike's red. I don't know how the paint came off on my shoe because I did nothing to my foot, and I was only wearing a pair of Nikes. My feet were fine, but I managed to get red paint off. Another good thing about the bike is that the exhaust is on the side of the bike that I came down, on the side I came down. So the exhaust provided a bit of clearance as I slid with my leg under there. Otherwise, if I'd gone down on the other side on the bike, it would have just been the bike down on top of me. That would have probably done more damage. And there is quite a bit of scraping on the exhaust where it went along the road. Where we got Ralph saying, was wear the bucket? Yeah. When I had mine, my head hit the concrete so hard, sheared my hair off in the back. Yeah, terrible. Yeah, I always wear a helmet, of course, by law. Always wear gloves too. And that's another thing. I see a lot of people ride without gloves. Mate, the first thing you do when you come down is you reach for the ground. And what they call that is degloving. It's a terrible term, but literally you take the skin off your hands. When I looked at my right-hand glove, it's not here, it's downstairs, I could see the imprints in the padding on my fingertips and the scrape marks on the leather from the gloves of where I've touched the ground with my hand. Had I not had gloves on, well, that would have affected my modelling. We can't have that. All right, so yeah. Anyway, it's all good. At least it's not all good, but at least now I've got plenty of time to do some model building. Hey, so that's something, you know. I mean, I was so sore. The only time I had no pain yesterday was when I was sitting down and not moving. So, I mean, having your clothes, I mean, this is okay, but, you know, your clothes up against the rash, gravel rash was painful. It's still a little bit, but it's not too bad. But, yeah, so yesterday I thought, well, I'll go and see that movie, The Oppenheimer. 3 hours, the movie. I could sit in the cinema for 3 hours, take up some time. So I went and saw that. I didn't really like the film, actually. Yeah, just couldn't get into it. In fact, there were moments in the film where I was almost going to just walk out. I mean, there wasn't many. There was only like not even a dozen people in the cinema. And I was just going to leave. But then I pulled my mobile phone out and I had a look and I realised, it's only got half an hour to go, so I'll stick it out for the last half hour. And I did. I watched it, but yeah, it didn't go into anything about the Manhattan Project, the testing of the bomb. The first test in the desert was pretty, I don't know, underwhelming. You know, like it just could have been a bit more wow sort of thing, but it wasn't. And then it went on to when they dropped the bomb on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. There was you saw none of that. That wasn't in the movie at all. None of that preparation was in the movie of that happening, which I think could have gone into, I would have thought for a 3-hour movie, they would have gone into that in more detail. But the only thing you knew about the bomb being dropped on Japan was the announcement by the president over the radio. That's all you hear about it. Yeah, it's like Jason, Outlaw Paints, when I was ringing him yesterday, he was telling me they called the gadget when it was the first test. And then I remember, he said, did they mention that in the film? And I said, no, they didn't. In fact, there was just a time where there was a leaflet. Oppenheimer's gone into the base and there was a leaflet stuck on a post and it said, just for a brief second, gadget destroying mankind or something. Someone had put it on there. But that was it. That was all you saw of that. And then there were other parts. I don't want to get too much into it, but at the end of the test, it seems really quite quickly that they ended up launching. I mean, we all know what happened, the process of getting all the parts out there for the aircraft and then to drop the bomb. Well, none of that was part of the movie. And, yeah, I think it just dragged out a little bit, you know. Maybe it's just me because I don't know that detail of the history of him. But there were times there where you didn't know what part. It skipped over an 18-year span of when him and his wife was part of the Communist Party, or they tried to accuse him of being part of it. 18 years earlier, and then it went to another stage, and it was just a little bit confusing. But anyway, it's all good. Yeah, 3 hours. Yeah. Hey, not everybody's going to enjoy it. That's it. The Trinity test. Yeah, that's right. There was a Trinity test, but they did say that. They talked about that, but it was just strange. Like, it was literally after the test, when they set up that town in the desert for all these scientists and their families, and there's a shot there where, right, we're going to drop these on Japan to end the war, and then you watch these two pickup trucks with a crate on the back, open pickup trucks with crates on the back of them, driving out of the town or the base into the desert. Those were the two nuclear bombs that heading to Japan. I mean, surely that didn't happen. Just like that, in the back of two trucks like that. It just seemed a bit unusual. Anyway. Yeah, you're right there, Paul. The toothache, getting that taken out, that was the worst pain of my life, if I remember right. That was shocking. That was terrible. My toe dislocated. I think I'm right for the year, eh? I don't think anything else will happen. Oh, touch wood, eh? Yeah, I will take it easy for the next 12 months. Just when I get out of this country, out of this city, where people don't stop when there's a motorcyclist on the middle of the road at 4:30 in the morning. Wow. That, like I said to Ron when he commented on my post on Facebook, saying that some people would be, afraid to stop because they don't want to end up getting blamed or get involved in something. And I can understand that, sure. But, like I said, that wouldn't happen in Thailand, okay? Something like that happened in Thailand, there'd be people coming from everywhere to help, I know that for a fact. They would. Yeah, you're right, Paul. That's right. Yeah, I used to put on all that gear in the middle of summer as well. It's all about the habit of doing it. Walked away with no gravel rush. That's right. That's right. That's right. Sound of Freedom, great and sad movie. Okay, cool. I was watching. I watch Stan now. I got rid of my Netflix. I watch Stan now, because Netflix, not much going on that. And on Stan, I'm watching Yellowstone, as some of you know, and really hooked on that now. I'm into season 4 of that, just the beginning of season 4. But there's another movie, one out now, and I'm just going to bring it up quickly because I can't think of the name, but my brother-in-law mentioned, you should watch this. It's really good. I thought, okay, I'll check it out. So, where is it? I started watching it last night, and there it are. It's called Your Honor. Okay, Your Honor. So, with the guy from Breaking Bad as the judge. I don't know if any of you have watched that. So I started watching that, and as you would know if you've watched it, the first scene in it is the guy having a motorbike crash and dying. It's like, thanks, mate. Thanks. That's really what I wanted to watch right now. Oh, God. Anyway, so after the bombs were dropped, didn't want to surrender even after the bombs were dropped. Yeah. It was a strange movie. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of controversy about what happened after it was dropped too, wasn't it? I think America sent a lot of aid over there to help them, but in reality, they just mainly, rather than helping the victims, they were studying the victims for the effects of what the radiation did and stuff like that. It was, yeah. Gorgeous women in Thailand, says Sluggo. Yes, there absolutely is. Jeff said I've been to the Trinity test site, White Sands, New Mexico. Oh, cool. That would be interesting. Yeah. Yeah, Breaking Bad. Yeah, fantastic. Yellowstone, if you get the chance to watch it, is really good too. And like Sue said, you've got to watch the first few episodes of it, and then it really kicks in and takes off. And I'm not into westerns like that, but it's really, I'm enjoying it. And now, of course, this new one, well, we'll see how that goes. All right, so let's have a talk about modeling, because I've been 40 minutes and we haven't mentioned models at all, have we? Let me have a quick look at who's still in. Oh, yes, 20 people still there. That's good. So I haven't scared anybody away. So I want to just quickly show you, tomorrow there's a new video coming out of a new build I'm doing. And let me just get this. I'm going to give you guys a preview. So you know I have this, the Kawasaki 1300 motorcycle engine. That's what I'm doing. And I'm going to do the whole build in 2 videos. The reason I can do it in 2 videos is because it's all mostly going to be in time lapse. So it'll go through a time lapse. There'll be little things come across saying what I'm doing and what paint I'm using and so forth. Very little talking, something different. Just trying a new format. And it's good because it gives me a bit more chance to just do the work and just hit that record button and let it go and concentrate on the build. And then editing it later, I can work it all out, get all the timings down. But yeah, so that will come out tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow morning, I think, my time. All right, that'll be part 1 of that. Now, you won't see it as far as it is now because I'm working into part 2. But let's have a look at the engine. So there it is at the moment. You can see the size of it. It's 1/6 scale. Okay, so all that black is the air filter connected to the triple carburetors up here. I've done all this in Outlaw paint. So that brass color is a golden, I don't know the name. You'll have to watch the video. But I thought I'd touch that and do that up. In the back here, I've just yesterday put the exhausts on. You probably may not notice I've done a bit of the heat marks along there. You can see the blues and the orange and that for the heat marks. So there's all the exhaust on there. The whole thing's going to be mounted on the bike frame down to the discs and the rear brakes. There's no rear tyre, as you can see in the picture, and then it's all mounted on a stand. And you probably can't tell because the quality of this video is not too good, but I have done some panel line wash on that to dirty it up a little bit. I'm going to have to do a bit more. I mostly did in behind the exhausts, which I wouldn't be able to get to so easily. But that exhaust come up real nice. The chrome from Outlaw Paints come up. Man, that stuff sprayed on there like, what would you call it? Like mercury. You know, it just layered on there beautifully. But you'll see in the video, I had some trouble. I couldn't get the chrome off. All right. So I use just oven cleaner normally to take off chrome. Hello, Daniel. How are you, buddy? Seeing you there? Yes, thank God. We can all relax here. Good. I feel much better now. And yeah, so the exhaust, the chrome wouldn't come off. So Paul Price there, who's in chat, I asked him, and he suggested this White Wings toilet gel stuff. So I bought some of that and I soaked it in that. Didn't come off. Didn't work, mate. Sorry. But I'm sure it will on normal plastic, but I don't know why it didn't take the chrome off on this. Has anybody come across chrome sprues that you can't get the chrome off? In the end, what I ended up doing was I sanded it, and I sanded it, and then I used primed it, and then I black glossed it, and then of course put the chrome over that way, because this had ejector pin marks on them. There was a join seam all the way down there. Even though they were one piece, there was still a seam, so they needed to be sanded. I couldn't just put them on. It's a shame because the chrome originally on them would have been fine, just like the rest of the chrome. I mean, it needs a bit of a clean, but the chrome and the alloy, I haven't painted. There was no need to. And most of the connection points on the sprue were in areas that you don't see anyway. So, but yeah, so it's about halfway done. Well, this is done. Now, like I said, I've got to build up all the rest of it. So, yeah, so something different, hey. Yeah, sneak preview of that. All right. Okay, what's happening in chat? We all still there? Yeah, looking good. Thanks. Yep. Hello, all's well. Yes. What have we got here? Paul saying I use normal bleach. Had an issue with other products, so tried it. Okay. Hello, Daniel. From Maine, up in Maine. I like up in Maine. I've been to Maine. I've been to Bangor, Maine. You anywhere near there? Anywhere near my hero, my favourite author, Stephen King's? Is that the Maine we're talking about? Hey, Zimzan. How are you, buddy? Yes. Good on you. Now, I mentioned earlier gorillas. Yeah? I'm thinking after I finish that engine, because now I'm off work, so I'll get that done in a few days. I'm looking at my next build. I'm thinking about that. So this is a 1/6 scale Tamiya gorilla. Not a monkey, a gorilla. This is one of the kits I bought in Thailand. And there we go. Lots of nice chrome on that. And what I want to do is customize the paint. It comes with there's a lot of weight in this box. As you can see, I have not opened it, but there's a lot to it. These popular bikes over in Thailand, not so much the Gorilla, but the monkeys, Honda monkeys are very popular. There's nothing on the back to see. The price is on the back. How much was it? Cost me 2,000. See that? Look. 2,000 Thai baht. That's not much. That's pretty good cheap. Let me just ask my Android. Let's try this. 2,000 Thai baht in Australian dollars. We've got the volume down. $86 Australian. There you go. $86 in British pounds. And it costs £45. All right, eh? So I'm thinking of building that and using some of the custom Scalemodeling outlaw paints that I was sent. Particularly, and I'll get this, mind me, I'm not as, you'll notice the limb. There we go. What we got here? Okay, so, yep, that didn't hurt. Oh, right. So I've got the, look at that. Isn't that great? I can't help smiling when I, thank you, Jace and Outlaw Paints for doing that. Got me by surprise there. I think Moss has his own version of the paints as well. Daniel says, I'm in Freeport, home of LL Bean. Okay, cool. That's good. Bit of a job, eh? Yes. What's this? Come upstate New York, Pete. You can stay at my crib, Sluggo. I'll do that. No problem. I'd love to. Love to. So, yeah, I've got a metallic grey, which will be useful on that gorilla. There's quite a bit of metallic grey that can be used. The white that he gave me, I showed you guys this week. The white is for the Brabham behind me. That's made up for that. The blue is for the Tyrrell there. That's matched for the Tyrrell, so that's fine. But we also have this rum raisin pearl. Rum raisin pearl. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. And also autumn shimmer. There's an autumn shimmer. Look at that. So I'm thinking of the rum raisin pearl would be fantastic for the tank. All right, and for here. And then the autumn shimmer might, for any like bit of gold trimmings on the engine, maybe the shock absorber here, bits and pieces. So yeah, make use of the Outlaw paints and get that all done. So that'd be fantastic, eh? What else we got? Saying what scale is it? That's a 1/6 scale. Yes, the 1/6 scale gorilla there. Yeah, very nice. Now I have a monkey up the back there to build on the bottom of there. Just see there. There's a Honda monkey. It's a smaller scale. Paul Price saying 34 inches long when finished. That's long, isn't it? 1/350 scale. Or did I miss? Oh, the Enterprise. Okay, yes. You missed a bottle? Well, yeah. And Daniel is saying, are you using the chrome as is, or are you guys removing factory for self-applied chrome? Yeah, I remove, if I can, I remove the factory chrome. But only depends on how much cleanup it needs off the sprue. If your connection points need sanding, if there's mold lines, injector pin marks, if any of that's on the chrome, if any of that's not on the chrome parts, then no, I have no reason to go to the trouble of taking the chrome off. The only reason I take the chrome off is when they got to be prepped, sanded, and cleaned up, which you can't do if with the chrome that's on it. So yeah, that's it. But see, the paint, this chrome that I did on this, so the chrome on here, this was Jason's from Outlaw Paints. This was his latest version of it, which is the first paint I did when I built the Ninja motorbike. I didn't apply it properly. I didn't realise you're supposed to mist it on top of your black gloss and mist it on, because the gloss black comes through chrome and gives it the shine. I didn't know, so I just painted on like normal paint. I ended up, rather than having chrome look, I had more of a steel look without the reflection. But his new chrome, it goes on like liquid mercury, hey? It just spray it straight on. You still need to do the black underneath, but you can just layer it on there and you'll get the chrome up like that. Okay. And mind you, they've been weathered, and of course the tinges and the other colours put on there, you know. So yeah, that's what I do. And Zin saying, what's this? See, Laura's battleship rows. Some of them are humongous. Yeah, tell me about it. Look at the Yamato. Yamato's sitting over here, taking up half my dining room. It's longer than I don't know how big my TV is, but yeah, it's 3 foot long, massive. I might never finish. He's saying to Paul, yeah. Zinso, I might try that rum raisin pearl for my tank. Yeah, I need to finish that challenger too. Yeah, it's really nice looking, isn't it? Rum raisin. There was another colour over there. Metallic grey is really good. You know, I'm in motorbike mode now, so that's why I want to build the monkey. You know, and then I'll choose. I might put a poll up, and we'll have a vote on which Formula One car I should build. The difference in those, well, obviously the extra wheels you can see on the Tyrrell, but I think that the Brabham has much more engine detail. So we'll see. I've never built a Formula One car, let alone a car before. Now, sorry, coughing is painful. Excuse me. What's Sligo saying? I'd like to try outlaw paints, but I'm afraid all my Vallejo would be replaced. Too expensive for my blood. It probably would be, but you could do it slowly over time. Most people find, like I'm hearing, that they're replacing all, like Moss, he's replacing all his Tamiya paints. You know, so I am. You know, I mean, there are times where, for instance, I'm not sure, and I'll have to check on this, but I don't think there are outlaw paints clear colours. So when I needed to do that exhaust there, I used clear orange, clear red, and clear blue. I couldn't find any. I'm sure he would have made some up for me, but I ended up using Tamiya paints for the clear, for those, to do the tinges, the heat marks on the exhaust. Word is that also next year Outlaw Paints will be bringing out a brushable range, which will be fantastic because, as we all know, when you've got just 3 or 4 tiny little parts you need to paint, you really don't want to go and, you know, dirty your paint, your airbrush cup and get all that stuff all done just to go and you're done, when you could just dip a brush in and paint. So a brushable paint range will be huge. I think he's also bringing out a range that is going to compete with the Warhammer range of things, like the Citadel is one of the ones. I'm not into that at all, but they're going to be doing those in Outlaw Paints as well. So big stuff. Engage. Oh, the tartan paint. Tartan paint on the monkey bike seats. Yeah. Yeah. That'd be tricky to spray though, wouldn't it? Now, I guess you got to spray in the right direction and it'll go on all right. You got to get those stripes straight, you know, just spray that tartan. Your Eminence. Hi, Your Eminence, Z. Very good. There's Gary. Yeah, so just catching up on the chat there. What's this one? So I got a question. Do you think dark aluminium is a good replacement for gunmetal, anyone? Ah, mate, that's a good question, eh? I don't know if there's much difference, is there? Let me just have a sip of Coke. Because I've also got this. Excuse me while I hobble over. Okay. Oh, by the way, I will give this a plug. Here we go. All good. So there is, what have we got here? Gold and bronze, which is what I did the carburetors on that engine with, and that's a really nice. It's a shame you can't see, but gold and bronze, really nice coppery color. This one, you're mentioning aluminium. This is called white aluminium. See that? Now, obviously, that's too light for gunmetal, of course, but white aluminium, certainly different. And then we've got the chrome, and that's the chrome, and it is like liquid mercury in there. It's like beautiful stuff. So yeah. Oh, and this stuff too is wash and detail they have as well. So when you want to get rid of all your fingerprints and clean up your models afterwards, microfiber cloth, give them a go with that. Comes up really nice. Okay. Okay, I've had a lot of chrome marred because of seams, I understand. Yeah, you've got to have a really nice flat surface. I sanded those pipes on that. I started to take the seam off with the Icky Sticky sanding sponges, and I used, I think it was about 1,000 grit. I worked right, oh no, I started at about 400 grit, and then I worked it right up to like 5,000 to get that smooth finish. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to hit it with a Mr. Surfacer as your first base primer, just to give it that extra bit of smoothness before you, particularly on chrome. What else we got? Stubs. What else we got? Super expensive, yeah. That's the stuff in the can. Hey, I've seen that being mentioned on some other channel, and it's pretty hard to get too, I've heard. That'd be interesting. Thanks, buddy. See you, Housey. Thank you. You're probably already gone because I'm a bit behind in chat, but thanks for coming in. By Housey. Good. Going down. All good. Tron, what do you got there? The Corsair. Okay. And Dominic saying, no, dark aluminium is lighter in colour than gunmetal. There you go. Yeah. I'd say it would be too. Gunmetal is quite dark. Yeah. All right. There we go. So, oh gosh, all these paints, no problem. That's about all I have to say, I think. There we go. Dominic's Sluggo. No, Dominic. Sluggo, there it is. Dominic, it is. I have Vallejo model gunmetal and Vallejo model dark air dark aluminium, and Jam is a little darker. Yeah. Tamiya color call out, but photos showing aluminium almost. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the guns and stuff on ships look good in the aluminium, but I've always used the Tamiya in the past. Yeah. All right. So, guys, I'm about to call it quits. Thank you all for joining in again. Keep an eye out tomorrow at about exactly almost 24 hours from now when that video of the Kawasaki engine will come up that you can watch. And other than that, I'm still working on the other build over there. There's, I think, 2 more videos coming out of that. And that's about it. So, yeah, I'm going to go and rest more. Not too much, because if I stay still for too long, you start to stiffen up a bit and it's harder to move around. But I think it's going to be a nice day today. I don't have anywhere to go. I only have a motorbike, so it's a bit hard to ride when you can't hardly lift your leg over. Or the worst part is just bending your leg to put your foot up on the footrest. You sit there at traffic lights, so I try and put my left leg down. Yeah, but anyway, it's all good. Anyway, guys, everybody say goodbye to each other in chat. Thank you all for coming in, And I'll play the outro this time. I have a little bit of an outro that I keep forgetting to play. There it is, the exit video 1. All right, thank you guys. Don't forget to join everybody else's live stream, Ice Queens. Yeah, everybody else's. I'm really having a memory blank at the moment. Where are we? I'm just trying to go back up through the chat and see who I'm forgetting. Yeah, Rally Car Miniatures, that's who I was thinking about. Go check out his live stream. And yeah, and who knows, I might be available. Hey, if you want me on your live stream in the next, over the weekend or next week, since I'm not working, hey, I'm going to try and get someone else on the stream here with me next week. I've got a few people in mind, and we'll make it a bit interesting. So thanks, guys. Thank you all. Much appreciated. Thank you for all your best wishes. I'll heal. We all heal. I'll have a few scars, I suppose, which is I'm not happy about because I don't have any scars until now. We'll see. Yeah, excellent. All right, guys. Have a great weekend when it gets to you. Enjoy your night, evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. And I'll see you in the next live stream. Hey? All right. Bye.